Hey everybody, Adam here, and we're back with a little more vintage. So today, we're here to look at the cards. We're going to play some Oops All spells. So if you are familiar with Legacy, you probably already understand the base premise of this deck. If you're familiar with Vintage, your nightmares have been haunted by this deck. If you are somehow not familiar with either, let me explain. So Oops All Spells is a deck that really started to rise. It was kind of, in most formats, it was kind of a fringe, like, joke thing you could do until the rise of the modal dual face cards and Thassa's Oracle. So what Oops All Spells does is we're going to use all sorts of fast mana, and we're going to use that fast mana to go ahead and power out either an Undercity Informer or a Balustrade Spy. Then we're going to use those cards to flip all of our deck into our graveyard. Why, you ask? Because our deck does not have any lands in it. Our deck, the only lands are the modal dual-faced cards, Seagate Restoration, and Agadeem's Awakening. So no lands, flip our whole deck over, then use Dread Return to bring back Thassa's Oracle and win the game. Now, sometimes your opponent has Graveyard Hate. What do we do then? Well, Goblin Charbelcher's here to party. So if our opponent has the Dread Return Oracle plan covered, we can go ahead and just cast a Charbelcher, activate Charbelcher. We have no cards in library, or we have no lands in our library, so we just flip our whole deck, win the game that way. To back that up, we have 4 Force of Will, 4 Pact of Negation, a Mental Misstep. We have a couple of Cabal Therapies. Cabal Therapy here is serving double duty. Sometimes it is targeting your opponent to take away their disruption. Sometimes Cabal Therapy is targeting us to get a Thassa's Oracle that is stuck in our hand into a graveyard where we can make use of it. So, we also have 2 copies of Grief, which are going to let us check our opponent's hand for shenanigans as well. Finally, we have some pretty basic stuff. Gitaxian Probe, check to see what our opponent's up to. Ancestral Recall, drawing cards is good. Chain of Vapor, this is an answer to main deck Graveyard Hate. So if our opponent is on something like main deck Grafdigger's Cage off their Urza's Saga, we can go ahead and bounce that. If our opponent has Karned for a... Excuse me. If our opponent has Karned for a Tormod's Crypt, we can take care of that. We just have some main deck outs with this Chain of Vapor. We do have access to Tinker. Our only Tinker target in the main is Goblin Charbelcher. We can put a Charbelcher into play for 3 mana instead of 4, giving us a small discount, and we don't have to find a Charbelcher specifically. We also have Demonic Tutor to go and find whatever it is we're missing. These Narcomoebas will trigger when we flip our whole deck to allow us to Dread Return and such. And then just a bunch of fast mana. Mox, every regular Mox, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Soul Ring, Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, a full set of Chrome Mox, and Black Lotus. In the sideboard, we have some Force of Negations. We can board these in against other combo decks to try to survive. We have Chancellor of the Annex. This is a card that we can bring in on the play against counter spell decks so that they do not get access to their free counter magic. We have some Chain of Vapors to deal with permanent-based hate. We have some extra Charbelchers if we think our opponent is going to be on the Graveyard plan, or the Graveyard Hate plan. We can just juke it entirely by going for Goblin Charbelcher. Then we have some weird stuff. So there's a series of one-ofs here, and in fact, I guess we'll include Chancellor in this pile. And we'll kind of discuss these one at a time. Again, as previously mentioned, Chancellor is a card you bring in on the play against the counter spell decks, because then they do not get access to their free counter magic. They cannot stop you with things like Mind Break Trap, Force of Will, Force of Negation, so on. So that's step 1. Leyline of the Void. This is a card that we can board in against Bazaar of Baghdad decks to try to slow them down. We can board this in the mirror to try to shut off our opponent. We have some avenues. Leyline of the Void, just good graveyard hate card. Leyline of Anticipation. So Leyline of Anticipation is here for the times when we are on the draw against decks containing Mishra's Workshop. So what we do is we go ahead and try to find a Leyline. We can go off turn 1 on our opponent's turn with this Leyline of Anticipation, allowing us to kind of cheat timing restrictions. That means we're playing our Moxes at instant speed, we're playing our creatures at instant speed, the whole shebang. So, pretty great. Sphinx of the Steel Wind. This is a card that we can board in against things like shops. We just put a Sphinx into play and go, okay, well, here we go. This is how we win the game. I don't need to combo, this is how we win the game. Good luck, have fun. This is pretty great. And then finally, this One of Urza's Saga. So, when I first saw this in sideboards, I was like, excuse me? And then I watched Justin Gennari stream a very similar list, this list being from MedvedEV, who has been working on the list for a long time. And they have opted to play this One of Urza's Saga in the sideboard as a mirror breaker. So the big deal is that in the mirror, your opponent's Balustrade Spy or Undercity Informer can target you. Now, if you have no lands in your library and you're not able to combo kill on your upkeep, you will lose the game. However, with a One of Urza's Saga in your deck, there is a card that will stop Balustrade Spy and Undercity Informer and allow you the ability to sidestep your opponent targeting you. So then you get to put a Saga into play, go ahead and... or you get to stop them from milling you out, and then you get to go on about your business. Perceivably with a decent amount of your tools at your disposal. So, that is it for kind of the explanation of what's going on with this deck, for those who weren't aware. Right now, what we're going to do is just go ahead, dive right into a league, and see how we manage with Vintage Oops. I appreciate everyone joining this afternoon. A lot of ways you could choose to spend your Saturday afternoon. I'm grateful you've chosen to hang out with me. I will give the full disclaimer, I have never played this deck before. I have never played Vintage Oops in my life. I think I may have only, mucked around with Legacy Oops, once or twice. So I am likely not going to know all of the best lines that are available. I am kind of relying on the power of the deck to bail me out of this. So we'll see how this pans out. Oh. I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend so far. Winter decided to show up all of a sudden today. So it is just dumping snow outside after a really gross evening yesterday where it rained and snowed on and off. We won the die roll. We will play first. This is, however, unfortunate. This hand doesn't do it because we would have to... We could therapy us. And yeah. Triple queuing. I mean, this hand kills, so I think we just go for it. It's just awkward because we have to get this out of our hand. So you get Reborn. Yes. Soul Ring. Imprint Therapy. Target me. Okay. Okay. So opponent had no interaction. Do we assume that opponent is a shops player? Or do we... Okay. I feel like we can cut the one of the Cabal therapies. We'll have access to Chain of Vapor. Leyline. I'm cutting the Balustrade Spies just as a nod to Graveyard Hate. We're not 100% sure what opponent is doing here, but... this hand does nothing. Mulligan. Okay. As it sits, this is a turn 2 Tinker for Sphinx. If we find our opponent is a deck that can deal with Sphinx, we can Tinker instead for Charbelcher. Jealous results. Oh, opponent might be playing White Initiative. Okay. Interesting. Bug, maybe? Nope. I guess I need an artifact to tinker away. I didn't think about this hand all the way through. I'm gonna name Force of Vigor since opponent showed me Bayou. Oh, opponent's on GAC. Sure, okay. We will sideboard differently if we go to game 3. I don't know that we're going to game 3 because opponent kept a hand that does nothing. This is such a weird game. Okay. Oh, they have a Boseiju now too. Nice. Their Boseiju is uncastable. Non-land. Okay. They have played the Boseiju. That is very, very good for us. They've cast a Once Upon a Time. So we know all 3 cards in their hand. We will know the 4th card as well. It's Bizarre. Okay. Awkward. There isn't really a way we can disrupt this in any meaningful capacity, so I'm just going to pass. Okay. I just need to draw like a soul ring or something. They discarded both of the... Okay. We're just going to draw all of our Moxes that die to this Chalice. Bizarre. That's fine. If opponent presents a hollow one, we're in trouble. Oh, they onced. They're gonna once for a hollow one. They found the hollow one. That is unfortunate. Okay. Okay. This Chalice is really a problem. Uh, 8, 12, 16, 20, okay. This is a problem. Belcher. At present, we're not dead. And they just died at this Belcher? They've got another Root Walla. That's fine. Annoying, but fine. Don't know any of the cards in their hand. Eight, 12, 16, 17. Activate? Sweet. Alright, well there's 2-0. We sideboarded wrong and still won that game. What a ridiculous deck. Alright. Chris, hello and welcome. Appreciate you being here. What a ridiculous game that was. We cast a Grief, we did some damage, and then we just activated a Charbelcher when they were going to kill us. Weird. I have to, like... so opponent had to have found that off of their Bazaar. That's the only thing that makes any sense, is if they found that off of Bazaar. Or didn't have green card, I guess? Had to find green card off Bazaar, maybe? Unclear. Strange. Okay. We beat the Graveyard Hate, though, which was pretty sweet. We did okay by boarding in Sphinx. Just that we should have had access to our ley line and some, like, permanent-based disruption. Probably instead of having, like, ley line of anticipation and stuff like that, we should have had more Chain of Vapors and what have you. But it worked out, so I guess I can't complain too much. Oh, but 2-0 against Bazaar feels like a decent start. Especially when we boarded incorrectly in Game 2. And hopefully everyone's having a fantastic weekend so far. It continues to dump down snow out here, so I am probably being reclusive this weekend once again. Just become my normal pattern anymore. It turns out the weather here in Michigan is gross in the winter. Who knew? Weird. Oh. Oh. I need to... So it's been a hot minute since we've listened to any of their stuff, but I strongly suggest that if you are into... Oh, we run into Andy. This is terrible. This is... Imprint Undercity. Sure. Chromox. Undercity Informer. Nope. Dark Ritual. Mental Misstep. Okay. That was not what we were expecting, but okay. Yep. That was kind of expected. So, opponent is Andy Marketon, aka Montolio. And Andy is known for either putting this land into play or putting Mishra's Workshop into play, as a general rule. Okay. That's a hollow one. So, Andy's on Squeeze specifically. Okay. Well, where were you? Okay. Lizard. You take 4. Andy has 4 in hand. Go to 11. Andy has Force. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Andy has double Force here, which is going to be rough for us to beat. Okay. This is awkward. So we need the top card of our library to be live. Yeah. Andy dumps Double Master. Double Master Probe. Okay. Yikes. Get rid of 1 therapy. Misstep less valuable. This. I actually don't hate Chancellor. This is good. I have a feeling Andy's on Yard Hate, so I'm going to bring in some Charbelchers. Actually, get back a Spy. Take this Chancellor. Leave ourselves maximum options? Sure. The Sphinx is going to be very good if we can put it into play. Pact is fine to protect on our turn specifically. Won the die roll. Oh. This is 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna ship this force because it just doesn't do anything. I guess I should, by that logic, I should have shipped Chrome Mox. Yes. Land. Ritual. Charbulcher. Smells like vigor. Yep. Vigor indeed. Yep. Tracks. Okay. No point in playing that now. It doesn't do anything. Tracks. And he just kept a totally disruptive hand. That doesn't do anything. Hold on to this force for now. Okay. We're just gonna hold. We're under 0 pressure. The second, like this third Charbelcher is not the life we want to be living, but everything else is pretty reasonable. Andy's hand is just full of stuff. Okay, fine. Ancestral me. Not worth fighting over. Charbulcher. Vigor. Yep. Yikes. We're just going to keep passing here. We're in, again, Andy's put on 0 pressure. Interesting. Clean up, put a lizard in play. Yep, sure. No reason to play this just yet. Master, sure. Play our Mox. Okay. Now we're discarding Master Plus. Nope. Gonna let Indy strip this. And he's not stripping. Okay. Gonna take one. Okay, there's the strip. Sure. Leyline. Sure. Okay. Nope. We're going places. It's just slowly. Master Rootwalla, okay. Yuck. I'm gonna play this, I just don't like it. That's our Charbelcher activate. Okay, we're not getting Vigored again immediately. That's good for us. Another Dark Ritual here would be great. Mox Pearl. We just need one more mana source. This the Vigor? I have Force. And he has Force of Negation. Okay. Pitching Misstep. Okay. That's 3 of 4 Force of Vigors. We're at 8. Okay, we're back to... We need one more mana source. Any Mox or Mana Crypt. Any Mox or Mana Crypt. Soul Ring count. Soul Ring does not count. Oh, Soul Ring does count. Charbelcher. I didn't need to fire... Like... Andy now has to have another counterspell for Belcher specifically. Yikes. Yeah, that's fair. This one's gonna kill us. That was unfortunate. Well, I mean, I suppose if we were going to lose, it was going to be to Andy. No, hello and welcome. Glad you could make it. For those of you joining late, today we are playing Vintage Oops All Spells. This is our deck list. We have found another opponent. Okay. Our opponent has won the die roll this time. It's less good for us. Okay. I'm gonna keep. We just need to find a black source and we're golden? Sure. Mox, yep. That's our black source. Should have played this land this turn. That is a very clear mistake. If this gets wastelanded, we're in so much... Okay, never mind. That could have been so bad for us. Oh, cars. Okay. We can beat cars. That's also pretty good. Bye. Okay. Leyline. Sphinx. Like Griefless. Misstep, much less valuable. Put in a couple of Chart Ulters. And then that's it. That's it. Basically, the sideboard plan here against shops is maximize the value of the card Tinker. Leyline of Anticipation also sick. But game plan is really just maximize the value of Tinker. Okay. It would be exceptionally fun here to get a Leyline of Anticipation kill. It's like not super likely, but boy is it funny. Boy is it funny. Yeah. I keep. Okay. Opponent is probably dead. Bonus points if we draw the card Force of Will. Ruby, yes. Pearl, sure. Sphere, yup. Okay, what does that button do? Start with this. Yes. This. Imprint Spy? 2, go to 3, we're 1 short. Wasteland, that doesn't matter. Resolves. Emerald, sure. Four. Wonderful. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Yes. Wasteland, sure. Yep. We want our flip, which is good. Me. This. Yes. Okay. Yup. Okay. Yup. Okay. Yup. Dread return. Target. Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Opponent has had enough. Sweet. So that is us 2-0. Losing only to one of the greatest vintage players on the platform, Andy Marketing, aka Montolio. Alright. So, yeah. I think we're off to a pretty good start. This deck is ridiculous. Like, that hand beats Nettlecyst, Sphere of Resistance, Wasteland, Wasteland. Like, what a wild and crazy party. Back to this. Apologies for the on-the-fly adjustments there. That was just really bothering me. Unfortunately, there was a Streamlabs update recently that just borked everything. So I needed to, there were some things I still hadn't corrected. The size of that box was one of them. I guess while we're waiting for our next opponent, this is a good time to do the ridiculous shill. If you like what you see here, please feel free to give a follow. If you want more of this content, my YouTube is down in the Twitch description below. Please feel free to take a look at that. We play a ton of Vintage on the channel, a bunch of Legacy, some Cube. It's a good time. If you like Eternal Magic, I think that you might enjoy yourself. If you really, really, really like what you see here, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe. Twitch Prime dollars greatly appreciated, because all of that money goes directly back into the channel. That means higher quality streaming stuff, better lighting. We're looking, or I've been in talks with a local artist for a while regarding some emotes. Just waiting for the funding for that to happen. And yeah, just more content in general. So if you enjoy what you see here, please feel free to follow, subscribe, check out the YouTube, all of these things. Shill. But, yeah. Again, I appreciate everyone being here. That's the part that really matters. Just the fact that all of you are here. So, as a heads up to all of the regular followers, we are looking at starting another, we're going to go back to, looks like we're going to go back to 3 days a week. We have been on 2 days a week for a while. Looks like we're going to pick up another third day a week, and I'm going to start looking at some other digital TCGs from the standpoint of, hi, I'm new here, I'm not spending any money to play this game. How enjoyable is this really? So if you are interested in such things, stay tuned, because it's coming probably next week. I will be off work for a while, just taking some time for myself. Next Wednesday is my 31st birthday, so we will be kind of hanging out and doing some stuff on Thursday as kind of a late birthday celebration stream. We would be streaming Wednesday, but I have some plans with some friends, so we will not be here Wednesday on the day of. But if the stream idea that I have just proposed interests you, please feel free to yell at me on Twitter, or if you find me in a Discord. I'm looking at different games. I know a handful of the digital TCGs, but don't have a ton of experience with anything outside of Magic. I've played a little, ever so small amount of the Pokemon TCG previously. That was okay. I've played a little Eternal. That seems kind of neat. I know that Hearthstone exists and have played it like once, years and years and years ago. So I am aware that it is a thing that happens. People keep telling me that Marvel Snap is a thing that I should check out. So if there is a specific digital TCG that you are interested in seeing from the perspective of someone coming in as a Magic player, brand new, spending $0 to play the game, let me know. Because I am curious to see what people are interested in, and curious to see what people think is interesting. Because I really don't... When I'm playing not Magic, I'm usually not playing a TCG. As is very clear based on the YouTube, all of the videos on my YouTube, I do play a lot of other games, but not a whole lot of other TCGs. So if there is a digital TCG that you think is particularly cool and fun, or would be interesting to see, go ahead and yell at me and let me know, because I am definitely looking for direction as far as what would actually be enjoyable. Meanwhile, let's try to go back to making people look at the cards. If anyone is not familiar with the way that these kind of decks work, and this look at the cards thing is just the weirdest thing you've ever heard someone say. Magic Online's interface, when you activate an Undercity Informer or play a Balustrade Spy, when it reveals, the way that those triggers work is they reveal cards until you reveal a land, which of course we don't have. So what it does is it lays out all of the cards in your library, and just the prompt says, look at the cards. That's it. So it's kind of become a meme, look at the cards, and I think it's particularly funny, because it's a lot like naming things with demonic consultation, right? In that it's just like, you're dead. You're dead. Also, at some point on this channel, we will have to play some more Doomsday or other such Oracle Consult decks, because I recently saw Justin Gennari playing a Turbo Oracle deck and referencing a bunch of different meme things that you can name with Demonic Consultation, and wow, do I love that. It's very funny to me. And I hope that everyone understands here, like, some people take that and it's really meant as a BM, and I don't love that, like, that's kind of the direction that people have gone with it. I don't feel like that is the spirit of the thing. Bacon, lettuce, tomato. What a party. So I don't like the naming things like that as a out of spite kind of thing. I think that it's just particularly funny. This doesn't do anything either. Okay. This is Undercity Informer on turn 2. I'm just gonna ship the 2 therapies, actually. If we find another Mox, we just play this Undercity Informer on 1 and say, let's go. Yeah, this is just fine. Like, the likelihood that opponent has main deck Mindbreak Trap is almost 0. Fluster is a thing? Okay, so opponent is on Breach. What? What? Like, so in my head I know what this is about, but like, what? So a lot of people are getting particularly frustrated with Mono White Initiative. So like a lot of people are playing these kind of random cards that they think are hosers to creatures. That's pretty cool. Yep. Cast. Undercity Informer. It has resolved. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people have started playing weird stuff like this because it's good against creature decks. And like, I'm gonna be real, like, we kind of talked about it the last time we played Mono White Initiative. You don't need to go this deep. Like, this is just not a... This one in particular is interesting, because the 2 points I made in my video regarding initiative, or beating initiative, that's unfortunate. We definitely didn't want that there. I'm gonna play this. This just lets us... I'm going to attack here. I'm just going to activate. Sack, Undercity Informer. All of these just go. Yes. Gonna go ahead first and Cabal Therapy our opponent. I'm gonna name Flusterstorm here. Flusterstorm would be the hardest card for us to beat. Okay. They've cast one cantrip. How many flusters can they have? Nope. Nope. I'm just gonna cast the Dread Return. Okay, they had Dress Down. Wild. Okay, so opponent may just be mono blue. So I want Chancellor the Annex. They have to be on some sort of graveyard hate, so I'm going to board in these Charbelchers. I'm going to cut some Spies. So the reason I'm cutting Spy here specifically is because Spy is not a card that I can just put into play and, like, attack them for damage with. When Spy hits play, it is... things are just happening. This is fine. I just want some extra stuff. But opponent has force. Opponent has force effects and fluster and dress down. So going for Belcher is much better than going for the graveyard kill. Honestly, I wonder if this is a thing that opponent probably plays Reckless Recall. I would imagine opponent plays Reckless Recall. If we go to game 3, I think that on the draw, I will cut these pacts for Force of Negations. Yeah, we'll play first. This ain't it. I'd rather have this in my deck. Like, this is a hand that just force checks them. Chromox. Imprint Narcomoeba. Ruby. Jets. Charbelcher. Okay. Charbelcher has resolved. Opponent perceivably has Hurkyl's Recall or Needle. We can beat a Needle by drawing Chain? Okay, that doesn't matter. I don't know what we're doing now. Sweet. Bring in a Force of Negation. I think I want another Chain of Vapor. Like, I just have this sneaking suspicion, like, opponent has something like Pithing Needle or something. A Dress Down also, like, we can bounce that. This is less good on the draw. Sure. Okay, this is not enough mana to do anything. Easy maul. 2, 3. Put this Narcomoeba back in our deck. Blue Source gets us Tinker. Tinker just gets us another Charbelcher. Goblin Charbelcher. With this one blue open, I don't like the idea of pacting. I guess if I pact, they have to pack they have to fluster the pact. And then we just kill them in the upkeep with the trigger on the stack. Yeah, that's fine. I sure won't. Opponent's on 3 cards. We're live for another Belcher if we draw Blue Source. Tails, we lost our flip. I'm under no pressure to activate here, so I'm not going to. That's fine. That doesn't do anything. Resolves. Lost our flip again. Opponent just pitched a Force. I'm not really under any pressure here. I can just kind of wait. I would prefer to wait until I have some sort of interaction. Especially since opponent just keeps passing with mana up. Another Mox, yep. One hour flip. Place you get reborn. I will pay 3 life. I will play this. I will decline. I didn't want to do that. I was going to pitch this Mox. Charbelcher. Blue, blue. Dress down. That's fine. Sure. Thing in the ice is fine. Belch you? Sweet. Alright, so that's us 3-1. Let's see if we can make Andy our only death. That's the game plan now. Can Andy be our only death this league? Again, I appreciate everyone hanging out. A lot of ways you could be spending your Saturday afternoon. I'm grateful you've chosen to hang out with me. For anyone joining late, as I see a few people trickling in and out, hello, my name is Adam from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today we are playing Vintage Oops All Spells. We have gotten a pretty absurd number of Charbelcher kills because it's hilarious and we can. Yeah, and just sideboard juking people with this Charbelcher is hilarious. A big part of the reason this is good, by the way, in just a lot of places, is not only does it dodge Graveyard Hate, it dodges Flusterstorm. No part of that loses to Fluster. Alright, so this is... yeah. Black Lotus, yes. Cavernous... Oh, okay. This is the initiative matchup. Yep. Resolves. This doesn't matter. Okay. Opponent is also currently 3-1 and triple queuing a Brothers War Sealed League and a Legacy League. My guess is they're playing something very similar to this in their Legacy League. Friend, I am so sorry for your bad news. You played a clock on turn 1. Okay. That doesn't do the thing. Turn off this stop. Mox. Okay. Narcomoeba. Mana Vaults. Play Seagate Reborn. Yes. Sacrifice this Mana Vault. Get a Goblin Charbelcher. Say go. Sure. Trying to remember the creature type on Lauren. Reveals a white plume. Keeps it on top, sure. Mana Crypt. Basic Plains. Yep. Punish. That is correct. You are certainly supposed to destroy that Charbelcher. So we had it there. If we did not do what we did. Not gonna pay 3 life here. This is all the player on Thalia, by the way. Thalia, Archon, things of that nature. We are likely to die fairly quickly here. Go to their Seasoned Dungeoneer because they're going for Trap, or they're going for Archive. Yeah, they want to draw cards. They found a Plains. White Plume. Draw a card. We need a black source like now. That doesn't do anything. I like that for me. Sure. Yikes. Alright, Mental Misstep is bad. I want more Chain of Vapors. Pact of Negation seems bad also. Charbelcher is better than the alternative here, so we're going to go heavier on that. And I want the forces. The Griefs are actually totally fine here. Yep, this is fine. We will keep a couple of pacts because opponent can And probably should be on Mindbreak Trap. On the die roll, yes. Nope. Wait. This is turn 1 Undercity Informer, activate, kill you. Sure. Start with Chromox. I'm going to exile the second Undercity Informer because I think the Chain of Vapor is higher value. This. Informer. If we draw a blue source, this Chain of Vapor can bounce the Containment Priest, which is what I'm thinking about. Ancient Tomb, sure. Chalice on 1, I don't care about that at all. You have died. Cool. Okay. Weird that opponent was gonna Chalice 1 me there, but like, I guess. Okay. Thinking about this now, is there something I want to do different? Not really. I'm going to take 1 Force of Negation here. I'm going to take 2 Force of Negations. I just want to respect something like Trinisphere. Like, this makes us worse if opponent is packing, like, Rav Traps or Mindbreak Traps or stuff like that. We have to play around it a little better, but... I think that that's mostly okay. Opponent has a finite number of interaction points that they can have, so that's something to think about here. Their deck just doesn't interact with ours that well. This sucks. Yeah, this sucks bad. Run them all this. I guess we can turn 1 DT for Black Lotus. It doesn't do enough. Run them all this. Alright, this is also bad. Okay, we don't have a black source. So if we put back Undercity Informer Dread Return, any 1 mana gets us access to Charbelcher Kill? Maybe I'm supposed to put back Force of Will? Shallow Zero sucks. Okay. It makes our life much, much worse. Now we have to find a Chain of Vapor and a blue source to get this out of play. Possible we were supposed to mulligan deeper. I don't know. His name Archon? Human, okay. I don't think that that's correct, but okay. Oh, Peacekeeper, sure. His name's Goblin Charbelcher. At least if I were opponent, I would be naming Goblin Charbelcher. We have both avenues, so opponent does kind of have to respect that, but... Opponent's still trying to figure this out. This one's actually kind of hard. Because I do have both avenues in hand, I'm a black source away from this being live. Okay, they did name Belcher. Tracks. Second, yikes. God, that sucks a whole lot. This one should name Informer. So I've sat across the table from this card a lot, and this is the first time this card has actually looked any good. Basic Plains, yeah. We're taking 3 here. Go to 17. Hello, Narcomoeba. Welcome to the party. Yep. We're gonna crack for 6. Yup. We cannot present a blocker. Three, 6, 9, 10, 11. So this costs 5? I think we're just dead. Sure. Opponent has the mental misstep, already has us locked out. Like, yeah, okay, got it. Understood. We weren't winning that game. Well, okay, there's a 3-2 with Oops. Honestly, like, I think that the matchup against White Initiative, usually should go a little better than that. We had both avenues covered. Opponent had Cavern, Chalice, and double Peacekeeper to stop us from being able to play our spells, which is pretty unfortunate. And then we died to Andy. So, cool. But, as is traditional on this channel, we win chests, we open chests, so I do appreciate everyone hanging out. Thank you for spending an hour and 40 minutes of your Saturday afternoon with me. Let's go ahead and open this chest, and then we will wrap this up, and I will see you all again. Yep, that seems right. I will see you all again on Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, with some more Vintage. You all have a fantastic weekend. Cheers, everyone.